Hi and welcome to GRASPx Robotics 101 series. We are going to learn about robotics from scratch. You don't need any prior coding experience or robotic knowledge to do these amazing projects. To be honest, it is actually very easy. But before we start the video, grab your GRASPx Explorer Robotics Kit. If you haven't gotten it yet, get it from the link mentioned in the description. This is the first video of our Robotics 101 series, Hello LED. Let's get into it. Robotics is mainly segregated into two categories, hardware and software. Let's see all the hardwares that goes into this project. First one is this blue Arduino UNO board. Second is the 400 points breadboard. Then two male-to-male jumper wires. One 330 ohm resistor. Any color LED, an A to B USB cable, and a PC. Now let's understand all of these components in detail. You can see that Arduino is the brain of this electrical system, right? Let's understand all the elements. This is the main microcontroller. You'll be using all of these pins for the digital output. This USB port is used for the data transfer, like to input all the logics and the coding into the Arduino processor. It can also work as the voltage input. We also have the power button in addition. Then at the bottom you can see a lot of analog pins. These are analog input pins that can sense the environment, and here are the power pins like voltage and ground. Now there are a lot of inbuilt LEDs which are used for various purposes. Now the second component was breadboard. This is the body of this electrical system. This is where everything happens. Now the wiring rail are all of these vertical rails are parallel. So the parallel rails are not connected, but all of the points that are into the vertical rails are connected. Similarly, in the power rail, all of these are connected horizontally. This might be confusing at first, but you'll get to it. Now, how do we connect all of these elements? Through jumper wires, right? That act as nerves. There was one more star element of our project, LED. That is light emitting diode. This is a smaller version of the lights we see all around us. It converts electrical energy into the light energy. It has one long leg and one short leg. Long leg is used to connect the power input and the short leg is used to connect to ground. Since 5 volt is too much for this LED, we put in a resistor. A resistor which we saw in the video. Here comes the warning. If your project is on for too long, do not touch it because it is hot. Because it produces heat energy. It takes few of the electrical energy and converts it into the heat energy. If you are getting the GRASPx kit, we have already marked it with the resistance, so you don't need to worry. Now, we have seen the hardware part. Let's get into the software. It is called as Arduino IDE. It is provided by Arduino company itself, that is in Italy. We are going to download it, so let's see how to download it. Let's go to Google and type in Arduino IDE. Open the first link that is shown there. Scroll it down and you can see that Windows 10 or newer version is available. Download it. Now this might take a little long time because the file is big. I have cut it here and then you can go to your downloads file. So you can see I am opening the Arduino IDE that I have downloaded. Now once you click on it, you're going to see these terms. Do I agree, next, install. Now the installing is also going to take a while. Now let's do finish. Once I do finish, you're going to see this Arduino logo and it is going to open up the sketch screen. This is how you know that you have achieved your Arduino IDE download. Now we are all set and let's go to make a circuit. Now let's get to the hardware connections. Take your LED and plug it into the breadboard. Remember, this was the longer end, this was the shorter end. From the longer end, take your 330 ohm resistor and plug it like this. Now, from the end of this resistor, in the same vertical rail, plug your jumper wire, and on the negative end, that is the shorter end, plug another jumper wire. Take your Arduino, plug it the positive end to the pin number 9 and the negative end to the ground. Like this. Take your USB cable, plug this port into the computer's port, this into the Arduino. Once I plug it in, you can see this LED getting on. Now let's open your Arduino IDE. You can see this kind of sketch to pop up. There are two lines of code, right? One is setup and another is loop. So as you can read, it is saying put your setup code here. That implies that you have to tell the system that what pins you are using and what kind of things you want to do with it. Then in the loop, you need to tell the logic for the Arduino to perform. Let's begin. Put enter, go to next line, write pin mode. Only the M is capital here. As you saw in the hardware, we are using pin number 9. So put 9, then comma, and we are using it for output. We need to send the energy out so that the LED will get on. And do not forget, after every line of code, there is a semicolon. Now, in the loop, setup is done here because we are only using pin number 9. Now, in the loop, put enter, write digital write. Again, remember, everything is small except the letter W. I am using pin number 9 again and I want it to turn on. That means I will write hi. Okay, and then again, don't forget to put the semicolon. Code. That is it. It is very simple. This is a modified version of C++ language. It is going to be very easy. Now I need to verify my code. So I will just go on write. Here it is saying compiling sketch. Once it is done, it is saying done compiling. If there are any errors, please check in the code. Now we need to upload this code to Arduino. For that, we have this upload button right here. Just go ahead and click on it. So as you can see, I am getting this error. This error could be because this COM5 port. Now, many of you might be getting this error. So we need to check whether we are using correct board like Arduino UNO and correct COM serial port, right? As you can see, my USB connected here. So I'll click here, I'll do OK. And now I can smoothly upload the code. It is saying done compiling without any errors. Now coming back to this hardware screen, you can see that the LED is getting on, right? This is it. Congratulations, you have wrote your first code. Amazing. Now let's go to the second part. Now we want our LED to blink. That is, it should get on and off. So now I'll introduce you to the new term called as delay. It is in milliseconds. So 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. I'll just copy paste this line of code. And instead of high, I will write it as low. Why? Because I need to turn it on and off quickly. I'll go ahead and upload it. Coming back to the hardware, you can see that the LED is blinking. If you want to do more things with it, like blink it really fast, then you can go ahead and change the delay to 500 microseconds, let's say, or let's say 200. Now it will blink really fast. So you can see here the LED is blinking really fast. That's it, you've wrote the first code.